I mean, you know, at the end of the day, when I was dealing with these producers, I was letting them know that we gotta recapture that Wu sound. So everybody was basically just really following where I wanted to go. And you know, like I said, not only being a artist, I still had to play that A&R role and talk to all the producers that I was dealing with and let them know what I wanted to do. So they definitely was like, you know what I mean, really down with me on this one.
Oh, baby, the hardest album I heard so far, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Hold on, I got a question. Why SHAOLIN versus Wu-Tang? What's the science behind that?
I mean, it sound mean for like our catalogs. You know, when you think of SHAOLIN versus Wu-Tang, it's like I be feeling like we be having these little fights amongst each other anyway. So the title was just perfect. I felt that it would really capture the eyes of the real diehard Wu fans, and at the same time I wanted to represent the Wu fans at the same time. I just felt the title was mean, and you know, it's discipline fighting ego. You know what I mean? SHAOLIN is the discipline side, is the militant side, the streets where I come from, Staten Island. You know what I mean? I was a hip hop nigga before anything, so that's the land. That's what it's all about first and foremost. Wu-Tang was something that I was able to, you know, come together as a member and get on and represent that. And you know, Wu-Tang is flamboyant, flashy, you know what I mean? We wild individuals, so it's mentals fighting the other side. You know, good fighting bad. You know what I mean? Wu-Tang is bad.
Next question out there.
Is there gonna be a video for Rock and Roll It?
Definitely. I mean, you know, the same way I did Cuban Links too, I'm doing this one. You know what I mean? You're gonna see a bunch of videos. I'm gonna take my time and really make sure that we give y'all some mean shit. You know what I mean? If it's, you know, like I said, being independent, I realize that I have a lot of power now, that I can do a lot of things on my own. And yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a video to a lot of these joints. You're gonna see that one definitely.
Is there gonna be a tour this summer? Any concerts you got going on?
I stay touring, you know what I mean? It's like touring is my middle name, you know what I mean? If I ain't home chilling with the family doing that, I'm on the road, you know. We do a lot of touring out the country, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna definitely be touring in the States as well as out the country though, because I got a real good look outside. And even when I was away for a long time doing albums, like, you know, I would drop an album and disappear for like 3 years. I've been on the road like in different countries, like my passport is crazy, you know what I mean? And, you know, we got a lot of love on that side of the world. And I think it's important that, you know, artists go on that side and show them that love, you know what I mean? So definitely we're going to be doing a lot of touring though.
When are you expecting to drop your CD?
Big Arsenio hole right now.
Okay.
Turn that on.
Spotlight, baby.
I gotta get that.
You got a jump light in the club.
Talk to me, man.
Okay.
What do you know about Bob Dylan?
Okay.
Bob Dylan.
I heard Bob Dylan mentioned. I heard Grateful Dead. What kind of influence has music from the 60s and 70s and even right now? Like, what's on your iPod, basically?
All my shit is OG shit, old school fly shit. But yeah, I'm up on the dude. I mean, you know, number one, he definitely had a lot to do with a lot of, you know, hardcore rock music. I mean, just music in general. Like, you know, I listen to everything. I ain't just stuck on rap. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times, old school music from the early 70s and 80s kind of like influenced me to write. So, you know, when you see us flash back to certain things like that, it's only because that shit, you know what I mean, that's what I grew up with. That shit fuels me right there. Like, I might go in the studio and write some rhymes, but just got to finish listening to the Whispers or something, you know what I mean? I'm one of them niggas. I'll be in the car
Teach
just
the baby.
cooling out, but then I'll go in there and get my energy off of shit like that, though. Yeah.
What's your intake on today's music as far as hip-hop, the level that's on right now?
Today's music is really commercial. You know what I mean? I think everybody's leaning to be more commercialized than really just, you know, being creative. You know, and I don't knock nobody hustle. I mean, you know, eventually it's a lot of people out there that really see what dudes do and like it. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna front. I like the shit I hear, but when it's time for albums, it's like I feel like you know, dudes don't put that much emphasis into their work. So you know, it's a lot of kids now that love hip hop. You know what I mean? So it's a new generation coming to the table, and you know, they like that type of music. And at the end of the day, yo, I salute everybody. You know what I mean? But I just don't feel like everybody tries to make a body of work and make it significant to what they want to do. It's like, you know, you give a nigga 1 or 2 records and then he out of there. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't heard a really great album in a while since my man Kanye West shit. And I ain't saying that because he popping. I'm just saying, as far as his creativity, as far as moving ahead, like, he's really been, you know what I mean, keeping it moving though. A lot of other cats is like, your videos is hot, but you listen to the album, you get tired after the 3rd joint. Like, you don't really want to hear too much. But you respect their videos. You respect what they're doing, you know what I mean? But that's just my opinion.
How was it working with Kanye West?
Oh,
I heard
Kanye,
he was a scientist in the studio.
Suit on and all that, you know what I mean? Tuxedos on and all that shit. And he's a good dude, you know what I mean? He's a good dude. What do you call that shit? They was clean as hell in there, you know what I mean? And you know, like I said, overall, he's a good artist. You know, he respects hip hop, and you know what I mean, he's creative.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about him. It's like, you know, he goes in there, he challenges himself. You know, we already know that a lot of the music that he was dealing with, you know what I mean, he'll tell you in a minute, yo, I'm influenced by cats like yourself, the Wu, you know what I mean, and that makes me feel good, because it's like, at the end of the day, at least he's trying to do something different. You know what I mean? Me personally, I get tired of hearing the same shit come out of everybody's mouth, far as, it's like you almost could read what a person going to say. You know what I mean? But he definitely was one that stood out this year. I was definitely one of the brothers that had an opportunity to listen to it ahead of time, and I co-signed it when they asked me. He's like, yo, how you feel about it? I'm like, honestly, that shit is hard. I like it. And, you know, he did his thing, though. So, shout out, Ye. We gonna be
What's your favorite track on this album?
Huh?
What's your favorite track?
What's my favorite joint? I don't even really look at one joint, because, you know what I mean? I like that Estelle joint. You know
That's
what I mean? Chop Chop
yeah,
Ninja.
that's what I was looking
You know what I mean? That's one of my favorites. Raheem Devine from the Hills. With me and Meth, when Raheem Devine had the Curtis Mayfield voice. You know what I mean? I like that. I like the SHAOLIN versus Wu-Tang. A lot of joints just fuck with me every now and then. You know what I mean? It depends what kind of system I'm in front of. Because I like to listen to my shit loud. So joints, they fuck with me every now and then, different songs. I like the Black Thought. The Black Thought last joint on the album, I felt like it fitted to be the last joint, and he just took me out of here with it, you know what I mean? Definitely one of my favorites.
To the right.
I have a couple of questions. One, around the time of that second Purple tape, you was really putting the CEO hat on heavy. We saw you making a lot of executive moves now. Where does that come in with this album? Have you stalled
It's just me just working hard, man. I'm just working hard, you know what I mean? I've been in the business for 18 years, you know what I mean? I haven't stopped loving hip-hop yet, regardless of whatever, you know, music is going on. I still feel like this is something that raised me, you know what I mean? Like, I grew up in hip-hop, hard body, and it just, you know, being a boss is like, you know, you gotta stay on top of your job, you know what I mean? And that's why.
Question. Like, what's the next move? Like,
the next move is another album. It's like, I'm not stopping. I mean, the only way I'm gonna stop is when niggas kick me out. You know what I mean? Huh?
Any new artists on the roster?
I mean, you know, it's too early to talk about that right now, but, you know, like I said, I got another album coming out this month. I mean, not this month, this year. It's gonna be fire. I got another idea, and it's gonna be fire, B. I'm just trying to stay busy and represent real rap, that's all.
How do you feel you fit in with today's environment, as far as you bringing a classic Wu sound back? It's not new to most people in this room, but it's going to be new to those same kids you were talking about. Do you ever go into the studio thinking, damn, I don't know if they're going to catch this one, I don't know if they're going to accept this one?
I mean, nah, I mean, you know, it's to each his own, you know what I mean? Everybody ain't going to like what I do, and I'm willing to respect that and accept that. You know, at the end of the day, I just try to keep it where y'all want me to keep it. You know what I mean? I feel like if I go all the way over there, y'all ain't gonna love me no more like that. You know, so I try to stay with what y'all know me for having, but at the same time too, just try to make it strong. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel good. Ever since we dropped the Cuban Links 2 album, you know what I mean? That was an album that I really felt, you know, a lot of people was just trying to see if I still had it. So once I was able to show the world that we got that under control, it just kind of made me feel like, you know what, now it's time to show off now and really going.
You feel like you need to compete with what's cracking out here? Cause this
I ain't competing with nobody. I mean, I'm just doing what I know how to do. You know what I mean? I'm one of them niggas that whatever you hear me talk about or whatever I'm speaking on, you know it's real life. I mean, I ain't looking at what everybody else is doing on that level. I'm looking at what Ray doing and, you know, continuing to give y'all a great body of music. You know what I mean?